Hello everyone, this is Jackie, and I just wanted to share some of the new things that I'm trying out in my craft room. I've just kind of shifted things around again. I moved in a dresser that was in Kay's room. She decided she didn't want it anymore, and I didn't want to get rid of it because it's a really nice older piece. So I'm just going to try it in here as some extra organization. And then I did buy a shelving unit from Walmart for like $12, and then a couple of plastic bins from the dollar store and a couple pieces that I found at various thrift stores, and just really cheap. I think altogether I've spent maybe $20, and it's made a difference in the organization and just getting stuff up off the floor. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can because I don't know if you guys are bored of seeing my room. I've shown it so much and always changing things around. And one of the first things I did was remove those magazine holders and then that pink tray that I had up here. And I just moved some things around. You'll recognize a lot of these pieces that were just in different parts of the room. So I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail there, but I am going to try to find a similar piece to this one to go on this side to kind of balance that out. So just something similar in size, shape, or color to go over here. And then this is a tray that I found at a thrift store for $1.99. I'm not going to alter it because I love the way it looks. And then that little tin I found at Goodwill for $1.99. It's an IKEA tin, probably an older one because I noticed that's not the pattern that they sell now. And those trims eventually I'll put onto some clothespins. This cube really didn't change all that much. I did take the ribbon organizer down from the top, and some things moved around a little bit, but for the most part, it's all the same. This caddy I got from the Goodwill for $1.99, and it has all my gessos and texture paste and that kind of thing. I had them in cardboard boxes and then the little hospital bins, so I just decided that looks better, and plus it's convenient for me to carry that whole caddy around and get what I need as I'm working, and then I could just put it all back over there. So I really like that. I moved the filing cabinet over here because the Michaels cube system that I had over here, and especially with my dies being at the bottom, it's so dark over there, and it was really kind of hard to see all my dies and pick the one that I wanted. So I just thought I would move it, and I put the filing cabinet here in its place, and this is kind of like my mailing station. It has my envelopes and bubble wrap and tissue paper and that kind of thing, and tapes. And so that works out. So far it's worked out well for me because I have been packaging some things. So I like that there. And having the corner be so dark really doesn't bother me for that. But it was kind of an issue with my dies. And because I didn't want to lose that space or make that wasted space, I decided to put my flowers up here. And this also didn't change a whole lot. I did move this little piece. It was on top over here, and I just like it better up here. And then there's some plastic pieces that I found at the dollar store. These pieces I just altered them so they were a little bit more cohesive. I used a push pin to get my canvas up on the wall. And so yeah, a lot of that didn't change. And then those little plastic glitter containers, they're on clearance for $1.49 for a pack of 3. I bought 2 packs, and those glitter powders, since there's no real way to get the glitter back into the original container, I thought I might just go ahead and dump them all out into these containers, but we'll see. So that's that. That really didn't change a whole lot, and you can see my table's kind of messy because I'm crafting. I'm really proud of the bottom. I've moved a lot of the stuff out from under here except for that. That still needs to get organized. But that milk crate, I'd given that to Kagan because I really wasn't using it at the time. I was trying to find a good system for like my scoreboard and my little cutting mat and my envelope punch and my Cuttlebug. I wanted them to be convenient but not in the way, and having them on the floor was kind of inconvenient because you have to crawl under the table and grab it and move it, and so it was kind of inconvenient. So I was thinking, well, a crate would work. I could just pick up the crate, move it beside me, and then when I'm done, put everything back and then shove it back, back under the table. But you would not believe the time I had trying to find a white milk crate. Couldn't find. So what I did is I just bought a pink one and swapped with Kagan. I gave her the pink and I got the white one back. What I did notice about this one, and I don't know if they all have them or not, never really paid attention, but it had a place for casters. So what I did is, since I'm not using the casters on this piece, I just used the casters on here. Now, if you try to pick this up off the floor, the casters will just pop right out. But as long as it's sitting on the floor, it's great. And so I love it. So I can just wheel that out beside me, use whatever I need out of there, put it back, and then shove it back under the table. So I don't know why I didn't think of that a lot sooner. I really like that system. And then these two Michaels cubes were the ones that were over here. And then I had one with paper at the very top. So it was 3 cubes here. I've just taken 2 of them, put them here. I put this little rolly cart right beside it, put an IKEA dish towel above it to kind of make it look like one piece. And then I placed these things, my carousel and then my paint carousel on top. Those are some flat back pearl trims that I just kind of put on the side. And then these little glass jars that I didn't know what else to do with, but that basket's there, so that's what I used it for. I think you're supposed to put like wrapping paper and stuff there, but this, I have my wrapping paper in the closet. And so yeah, I really like that. This still needs to be organized, but anyway. And then this is where I have my dies. I had to put my camera here because I don't have that many dies and they would just flop over. And so I just labeled the ones. I cut the tops off the plastic. So all the tops, I left them in the plastic, but I've just cut the tops off. So I like that. And then this is the thin ones, the nesting ones, the movers and shapers. And then that just has that kind of thing. I make flowers out of the coffee filters. And then this has my embossing folders. And then that just has some ribbons and then just random things. And let's see, over here, this is where I put those magazine holders. And I still need to alter them, and I'm just trying to decide if I want to keep them facing this way or face them the other way. I do kind of like this because I can see when I'm sitting down what I want and I can just come right over here and grab it. But then at the same time, I kind of feel like that's cluttered, so if I turn it around, it'll probably be better and I'll just have to label. So that's the cube that was sitting on top of the other 2, and I just put it on top of this rolling piece right here. And I moved the iris cases that were under my table that had my stencils and my wood pieces. I just put them in here. I mean, it's not paper, but that's okay. You can't tell. It's all in the iris cases, so they match. And then that piece, I haven't decided if I'm really going to keep it and put it on the wall or if I'm going to get rid of it because I really don't like it. And then there's my cross. And then this is the piece that I finally got up on the wall by myself. Yay! I'm not sure how sturdy it is. It's kind of, it feels sturdy, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully it'll work. It'll stay up there. And then that's an altered clock I haven't done a video on yet. It's the IKEA clock. I don't know if you guys remember it from my video, my last, craft room video. But yeah, so I'll do a video at some point. And then there's the fan that Jack brought me from his office that he wasn't using anymore. There's my printer. This is the shelving unit that I got from Walmart for like $12. They do have taller ones, but I wasn't sure how much space because, of course, I didn't measure, and so I wasn't sure. But I knew that the 3-shelf one would fit, so I got that one. And you can always buy another one, and they stack, so no problem. And I just took everything out of the cardboard box and the hospital bins and kind of put them in here. And then there's my little piggy from the $2 grab bag at Michael's. And then there's another IKEA dish rag. I used it here because, well, number one, because it's just pretty and I had it. But the only thing I don't like about these is that gaping hole that's on the corners. I don't like that at all. I wish they'd come with some caps to kind of, make that a little bit more finished, but that's okay. That didn't change. There's the dresser. I have some things that I've just kind of shoved at the bottom. This middle piece, this piece here was actually in the closet, and I just moved it out here. And then these 2 more narrow pieces were stacked on top of each other over there. So I just decided to do this. that has fabrics, that has trims, and then there's that pink altered tray. And I just stuck my bird cage, and you'll notice this one's smaller. I just swapped it out. I took the larger one back and got the smaller one for a couple reasons. Number one, this just takes up a lot less space. And number two, I didn't have that many rosette trims, so who was I kidding? Getting that ginormous bird cage. And then y'all have seen that before. And then this little bird was also in the Michaels $2 grab bag. I did a little surgery because there was also a blue and white one, and the blue and white one actually had the pink flower, the green leaves, and it had a blue button in the center. No, it had the pink button in the center. And Jack wanted the other bird, but he wasn't sure about having a pink flower on a blue bird. So what I did is I popped the wings off of the blue bird, put it on this one, and then popped the wings that were on this one over there and switched out the button. So anyway, it worked out well. So that's that. This didn't change a whole lot. I did paint the bot, well, I gessoed it, so I'm not sure if I want to make it pink or blue, so that's why that's there. That little kind of stair-step wire organizer, I guess it's for like your spices or goes in your pantry. Got it from the dollar store, and so that's really nice. And then this little caddy, I got it from Michaels. It was on sale for 60% off, and then of course my additional employee discount, so I got it for like $2 or $3, I'm not sure. The bookshelf didn't really change. Still has my paints. And then this, I reconfigured the wire cubes, and I used the extra panels to create shelves for paper. And then I did move some of the stuff that was in one of these cubbies down there. Not sure that that will stay like that, but for right now. And that's just stuff that needs to be mailed. Not sure if I'm going to keep that, and if I do keep it, what's going to go in it. It was just a pretty box, and it's on sale, and plus my employee discount, so it's really cheap, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. So it's sitting there. So it reminds me to think about if I'm really going to keep it or not. So yeah, I hope you guys aren't tired of seeing my room. Just thought I would share some of my ideas. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.